Hello, hello, hello. If you guys are watching on the replay, skip ahead about 5 minutes or so. I'll put it in the description at what time I'm going to be kicking off the actual analysis here. But starting a few minutes early, letting people flow in. Say hello in the chat. Can you hear me okay? Is the music too loud? Actually, let me move down the music a little bit. There we go. But welcome, welcome. Like I said, just giving people 5 minutes or so to flow in here. Happy Wednesday. Let me know if you guys can hear me okay. Who is this in chat? Demetrius Wycliffe. It's a great name. Demetrius Wycliffe. What's good? What is good, Demetrius? How's it going? Dude, is that you in your profile picture? Jesus, man, I need to work on my biceps. I'm not looking so hot compared to that. Welcome to the stream. Give people a few minutes to flow in here. How are your Wednesday evenings going? Oh, Cristian Dixon. Lots to go through here. He has like 10 minutes of film for his sophomore year. A little bit less of his junior film. We got some 7-on-7 film we'll be walking through. Yeah, if you watched the video earlier, I was a little bit critical. And we'll pull up his 24/7 profile, but they were pretty critical on him as well. They dropped him to 3-star status, right? On the composite, he's top 40 wide receiver in the class 2021. To 24/7, they dropped him outside their top 100 wide receivers. Which is pretty crazy. And you compare that to Andrel Anthony, he's kind of on the opposite side there, right? Let's see, Andrel Anthony, 247. What do you think 24/7 has Andrel Anthony as? They have Andrel Anthony as the number 69 overall. So if that gives you a sense of how far they dropped Dixon, almost 40 spots lower than Andrel Anthony. Though the composite, quite a bit of a difference, right? Andrel Anthony, 524 nationally. Dixon, like in the top 247. What's up, Mark Paulino? Go Blue. Good evening to you, sir. Demetrius, yes, sir. That came from frustration not being Ohio over the years. Pool. See, I'm doing it wrong. I'm putting my effort into like videos and stuff, right? And I should have been hitting the gym like you, man. Different approaches. Anyone joining, just give us a few minutes here. Let people flow in. I did go on a run today, though. Tell you what, my dog, she pulls me like all the way around the neighborhood. She goes flying. I wouldn't run if it weren't for my dog. But so at least got some cardio going for me, right? But gotta hit those weights. All right, we'll give another minute. My watch says 8:29. I said 8:30 on Twitter. Sharp. So we'll keep to that. Oh boy. Yeah, it's funny because when I do these videos, I try to be like optimistic, right? And like this person could be, they have the potential for this. I never want to be like super negative, like this guy isn't going to pan out, but not everyone's going to work out, right? No one who says they know everything, no one knows for sure. They just have their best guess. So, all right, let's get going. 30 seconds early here, but let's get it going. All right, Cristian Dixon, like I said, wide receiver, Diamond Ranch High School, transferred to Mater Dei. Some stats on him. Ryan Leone, we'll get to that. Mater Dei High School, powerhouse school out of California. Let's pull up his rankings here. His recruiting profile. So you can see 227 on the composite here. Actually, let me switch to this. There, I'm a little smaller. 227 overall in the composite. That's because Rivals and ESPN have them within about the top 200 on both their sites, top 150 for ESPN. But look at this, 105 overall wide receiver. So he's like a middle of the road 3-star 24/7. And if you look at history for this, they dropped him considerably in 2020. They had him at a 93, and then he dropped all the way to an 87 relatively quickly over the course of like 4 months. He dropped from a 90 down to 87. So pretty tough. Okay, so let's get into film here. If you didn't check it out, I'm going to post this in the chat. Watch this later. This is the full freshman feature where I go through all of his film, recruiting, or not his film, sorry, recruiting, scouting, skill set, everything like that. But we're going to be jumping in strictly here to his film, breaking that down. Let me pull up my pen app. Let's pull up his 7-on-7. This is courtesy of 24/7 Sports. Drop him because they didn't play. Welcome, Trevor. Welcome, Jack. Drop him because they didn't play. I don't know what you mean by that, Trevor. All right, let's look at his 7-on-7 film. Can I improve the quality here? Okay. So this is going to be some of the best footage that we can find, just because in a camp setting, right? You're looking more at skill set. You know the type of player he's going against. So that's a pretty good route. Good body adjustment. Nothing too special on that one. He looks bigger than 6 foot, right? Am I crazy? He just looks a little bit longer than his 6 foot offers here. Okay, a little bit stumbly out of that route, right? Kind of stumbled there, so not the cleanest route, but able to get separation there. Where's he at here? Okay, he's at I'm gonna point him out for you guys at the start of each play. So he's got to be at bottom of your screen here. Hold on, let me move this. He's got to be right here, right? Okay, just a fly route. He gets the hand. Ooh, that's a clever little push off, right? That's something that you'll probably get away with at the next level. But right there, I like him getting his hand right here, right? Is he 6'2"? Am I crazy? Is he listed as 6'2"? Yeah, 6'2". What am I thinking? Yeah, he's way taller than 6 foot. I don't know who I'm thinking of. I think because I made the comparison to Ronnie Bell, I'm like, oh, he's 6 foot just like Ronnie Bell. But you see that little push off there? Oh, Trevor. No, I think so. He got dropped. I think, as a result of his junior year, and we can get to that. That's a pretty good route. That's not a well thrown ball, right? That ball's a little late. That ball should be arriving now. So, the thing I like about him here is this ball is going to be a little bit inside, right? Instead of him waiting, this guy will have a shot on it, right? This guy will have a chance. Because of how underthrown it is, the target's going to be here, so he actually moves in front of the defensive back. So that's good. He shows if he's patient there and he doesn't attack the ball in that scenario, that's a pick. So it's good job from him being aggressive there. Okay, that's I mean, you'd get called for a pass interference there 100% of the time, right? Just shoving that guy completely out of the way. That should be OPI. But nothing real special there, just a little stop route. What was his route like on this one? I was looking at the wrong guy. So he's at bottom of your screen here. Yeah, good. So like good handwork there, right? Like the route doesn't really impress too much. Like he's kind of setting that up, but he does a good job with that cut, with the hands. Calls for the ball, so it's a good job. Wide receivers are always the toughest to get on film because you really need like a full game to watch them. And it's hard because like 1 or 2 drops and it's like, is this just a bad game or is this just a tendency? And you'll never see that on film. That's a good catch. This throw is a little behind him, right? A little behind. I mean, not the crispest of routes, but he's just kind of settling in between his zone. You know, like he doesn't need to run like a super crisp route here, right? He's kind of like settling into his zone, finding the open space here, and you got good distance from any defender that would reasonably get there. So really, as soon as he gets like right here, he should stop, right? Because of the throwing lane between these two guys, that's what's important. And so the route isn't as important in that sort of coverage, and it's a good catch away from his body behind him. So, I mean, he's making things look pretty easy here, right? There, that's just bad coverage. I don't know. Someone missed an assignment there. Again, yeah, I mean, he's smooth through that, right? I wouldn't say he's like accelerating through that, but he's not losing speed through this cut, right? 1, 2, 3, boom. It's a rounded little route there. Gets a couple yards. I don't even see him. Where is he? Oh, okay. Oh, that's a good move. Yeah, this is a good route. He does a good job setting his guy up here. Yeah. So this is nice. Why can't I pause? That's annoying. So what he's going to do off the rip here, he's going to take like a couple steps inside here, and that's just going to force this guy a little bit to the outside. And then watch where the hips point for this defensive back. His hips are going to point this way. And as soon as he does that, watch how Dixon cuts back against that. Boom, right? This is where, you know, he started here. He started his path up this way. That gets the defensive back to close out this way. He's pointing completely this way. And it's really tough. He's going to have to really flip his hips around this way to really get off of this cut. So it's a good job of Dixon cutting at the right time when the hips are already committed for the defensive back. Makes that cut. That guy has to flip his hips. He's kind of lost, and he finds that area on that flag route to the outside. So that's a good route. Smooth. Where's he at? Is he on the outside, top of your screen here? Again, just kind of settling there. Nothing really to like learn from that. I like how he's catching away from the body. Back of the end zone. I mean, that's just kind of poor defense, right? Just find the open area. So nothing too much to learn from this film. Let's go to his sophomore film. So sophomore film was at Diamond Ranch. All right. Diamond Ranch, not at the same potential or same level as Mater Dei, where he ended up for his junior year. And as Trevor said, he didn't play in his senior year. But this is his sophomore year, so 2018, back in Diamond Ranch. Simple fly route here. A little bit of a contested ball. Goes up and gets that for the touchdown. Again, we can't really like gauge. Okay, that was the same play. So contested ball, able to pull that one in after the deflection. Okay, let's see. I'll move your screen here. Oh, that's a nice route. Really good route there. Able to catch that in stride. Ooh, that's good. That's a great play. That's his best play, like by far. Like they should not have had the other play. Oh, I have this in Premiere. Give me a second. I gotta shift this over. Give me 1 second here. Okay. So I got this in Premiere so I can move forward and back a little bit cleaner here. So yeah, watch this right there. Oh, that's perfect. So what he does here, he makes it look like he's gonna do like a little out route here, right? With his little chop of the feet there. And notice like the head, right? The head starts to turn a little bit, and then the hips, right? So he starts turning the hips a little bit, but that little chop step right there, boom, that's all he gets. And this guy actually commits like a little bit late, right? But this is all it needed. He needed just a little choppiness, and then he's going. And this guy's just going to hold up just a bit and get burned, right? He bit, and then that's all he needed, the little bit of deceleration. So it's good technique from Dixon there to keep chopping his feet and continue on that route. So that's a really good play for him. Same play. See, that's what I don't like. Don't don't show the same play from two angles. Like, we're not going to learn anything different, you know. But that's just me. All right, here he is on the outside again. Can we move forward a little bit? Okay, we're not going to learn a whole lot on this one, right? This guy just loads up. Okay. Yeah, see, again, it's like, what do we learn from that? Not a whole lot, right? All right, bottom of your screen here. It's got a open release, just a fly route or post route, like skinny post, catches that in stride. Okay. That's sometimes the issue with this. There's like not a whole lot to learn sometimes. He's actually on defense on this one. It's a good job getting the interception. It's on the return. Goes out of bounds. Okay. So yeah, I mean, sometimes it's just hard to gather any information from this. He doesn't jump out as a guy who's going to like do a whole lot of work after the catch. Good contested catch across the middle there, though. What happened to the music? There we go. Okay. Another post route. Okay. That's a good job. So he went up and got that one, right? So he's not afraid to go up. I've seen a little bit more of a pattern this time of catching like closer to his body rather than away from his body, but there's contact coming there, so I mean, he secured the catch, so I'm not one to complain about that. Here he is on the outside. Oh, nice catch. Can we really gain anything from his route here? Not really. I mean, that's good body control, right? That's not the easiest of catches to make. So there is that. Top of your screen as well. Thing I haven't seen a whole lot, there's no one playing press man against him here. So it's another thing. How good is he at getting off of a release? So he has a good job whenever it's like a batted ball, right? He has good concentration with the ball kind of tipped in the air. So I mean, he has that going for him on any contested catches like that. Inside release, on the fly. So another thing to like continue to look for, what kind of routes is he running, right? We haven't seen a whole lot. That double move was a really good route, but a lot of fly routes, skinny posts. That was a good contested catch there. But not a whole lot of variety, you know, like not seeing a whole lot of out routes, not seeing crisp slants or anything. Oh, there's a good cut. That's a good route. And he does a good job here setting this guy up. Again, he starts by going inside, right? He starts by running this route to the inside, and that's just to get the hips of this guy, get him to commit and overcommit to the inside, get his hips pointed this way, and then you can cut outside hard and gain a ton of separation. And he does that pretty well here. See right there, and look at those hips, right? He times this really well too. So it's just 1, 2, 3, boom. And that step right there, look at the hips of the defensive back, right? I mean, this right foot is the right foot of doom for this guy. He's completely pointed this way. Good luck. Like, he has to completely turn this way, right, to try to get there, and there's just no chance. So it's a good route. It's well timed, and I like his initial release inside to set that route up. And one thing it's just really hard to glean from this, what are his hands like, right? Okay, so here he is actually doing some work after the catch. Again, he doesn't like jump out, right? What kind of jukes does he have? I like that he can put down. What is that flag? Hold on, what is this flag for? Why'd they flag him? That's kind of crazy, right? But anyway, I'd like to see him like put on some more moves. I don't see like a vast skill set after the catch for him, but I don't think that's going to be his game. At 6'2", he's, more slotted for the outside. Nico Collins wasn't that, big of an artisan after the catch either. There, another good route. You can see it just like at the top, like barely right here, where he starts to go outside a little bit, and then he sets up and steps hard to cut back inside. If you watch a little bit slow, let's slow it down a little bit. right there, right? He's setting that up so he can cut back inside, and that'll gain him the necessary separation on the defensive back. That was a good job. Explosive block, it says. I'll be the judge of that. That is a good block. I like how he redirected his angle there as well. If you watch. Kind of redirected that angle. Yeah. So that's great, right? Your early playing time for wide receiver, you got to be consistent on your blocks. That'll get you a lot of early playing time. That'll earn you some looks. So if he has that physicality, you know, that'll get him somewhere. See, this is like, this is just kind of like a whatever route to me, like a whatever clip, right? Not really like a hard cut. It's just kind of a drag route across the middle there. So, I mean, yeah, he secured the catch, but nothing to like gather from that, right? Like that's what he should be doing. And then there's some clips in defensive back. If there's a lot of these, I'll skip through them. Yeah, good hands, right? Good hands away from his body. And one thing I do like about defensive guys, they understand how the defense plays, right? If you play both ways, you can understand the zone and when to settle in a certain area. You can understand different aspects of the game by having played there. It's good body control on the sideline, securing that catch. Top of the screen here. Music went out again. I don't know what's going on. That's the same catch we saw earlier, wasn't it? The thing with Darboh, though, Darboh was like a 6'4", or sorry, 6'4", what am I saying? 4'4". He was a 4'4", or like mid 4'4s guy, and I just don't see that with Dixon. I don't see that with Dixon. I just see him as a possession guy. Like he's a possession wide receiver, and Darboh was a burner. I guess not in the same way that like Chesson was more of a pure burner, right? So I guess you could say that. Yeah, I don't know. It's tough. If you could take the skill set of Ronnie Bell maybe, or like Darboh without the speed. Darboh without the speed, and I think you could maybe have that. I'm just kind of watching. I'm not really analyzing. Let's see. Okay, there he is in press. Oh, that's a good move. Okay. So good footwork, right? The ability to get off the line and press coverage there. What happened early in this play? I was looking at the wrong side of the field for whatever reason. It's at the bottom of your screen here. Well, pretty physical. Might get called for pass interference there, but I mean, he's physical, right? He's a physical wide receiver. So I do like that. And he's shown some speed along the edge, right? So I'm not saying he's slow. I just think he's closer to like a high 4.5s guy than low 4.4s. That's a good catch away from his body. I think that's the same catch. Yeah, same catch. But good job from him, you know, crossing field, able to get that. So on the outside here, what the hell was that? I didn't make that cut. That was just a natural cut. Now we're on Mater Dei. Okay. Now we're on... I must have cut that film short. Okay, now we're on Mater Dei clips. So this is his junior year film after he transferred over to Mater Dei. So he struggled a little bit at Mater Dei. He was like third or fourth guy on the list. I mean, Mater Dei has a ton of Power 5 guys to compete with. So it's really... like you can maybe hold a little bit of that against him. And that's a good point, Mike Spencer. They may not press him because of his size. That's fair. And, you know, there's a guy of his talent caliber to press, you need a guy of equal athleticism usually, right? When you back off more, I mean, think of Michigan's approach last year, right? When their corners kept getting burned in press man. What do you do to alleviate some of that pressure from the cornerbacks? Give the wide receiver a little bit of space. Takes one thing less off your plate. So at the high school level, it totally makes sense to not press. But it is something just to watch a little bit, you know, because that's something that's going to happen in college, and that's a skill set you need. So here he is in press. I like the sweeping motion with his arm here, right? You see that left arm right there? Sweep away. And then the guy kind of just falls. So I don't think there's anything necessarily that Dixon is doing on this route, but it's a good job from him. You know, I mean, you capitalize on the mistakes of the defense, and that definitely was one of those situations. So the competition for this like 5-minute film here is much higher. So that's something to keep in mind as well. And I like that we're seeing press again, right? It's a pretty clean release, not the best job of cornerback there. This is a great play. So like not the toughest release overall, right? Maybe would like to see him after this point looking to kind of curve this back in to try to take this guy out, right? Because he's kind of run out of space here a little bit. So I think that was something Andrel Anthony did really well of creating space, kind of running into the wide receiver to create space on the outside between yourself and the sideline. But he does a good job with his hand here, a little, like a subtle little push off here. You can see that, like just a little bit of an arm bar. That creates just a little bit of separation, able to catch away from the body. Was this an actual catch? Boom. Yep, that right foot is down. So that's a catch. It's a great job. So that's a very complete route from him, right? Bottom of your screen here. There again, press man. Good job. Makes it look pretty easy. That's a little bit of a nifty route there. Oh, we got murdered. Holy cow, targeting. So the thing I like about this route, again, he does a good job setting up here. And it's just enough, right? Because look at where the weight is for the defensive back. Right there when he makes that step, look at where the defensive back is heading, right? If you take it just like a moment in time, right? This line is where he was. Oh, shoot. And then, okay, now let's move forward a little bit, please. There we go. And because of that move, look where he ended up. All right, let's do it again. This is where he ended up, right? Look at how much more space there is inside here because of that move. Because this guy was shifting back because of that hard outside step here from Dixon. Because of that hard outside step, that gains all this room across the middle where this guy was previously in his way. So that's just a good, good disciplined route running, right? And it's good because he doesn't really I guess he does kind of false step with his left foot there, but the first step right away is that hard cut, and that hard cut gains that appropriate separation. And this is kind of what I mean of running into the defensive back here, right? So he sets up the defensive back there, gets a little bit of room inside. He's still running kind of straight up field here, right? You look at his hips, and this defensive back still has to get ground this way because it looks like he could potentially still be running straight up field. Again, what does that do? That creates a ton of space here between himself. So like this defensive back with this route and the hips of where Dixon is pointed, this guy can't really close this gap that much. He has to continue going on this path because he hasn't committed on his route yet. Dixon hasn't. So because of that, boom, when he does finally make the cut, he's taking number 4 there, the defensive back, further upfield. And then when he finally creates or goes across the middle, he's got number 4 on his back hip, right? When you got someone on your back hip, and then you go across kind of on this late drag or late post route here, look at all that separation right there, right? That's 2 steps. And that's really good. And then he gets clobbered. Oof. Hope he's okay after that. Here on the outside again, good release, right? He gets to his top speed pretty quickly, and he's not afraid of contact. I like that he gets up and kind of talks to that guy. But I think I'm most impressed with this release. He gets to his top speed pretty well. Right, boom. He's already there. That defense back has to get a hand on him there. Can't let him free release like that. Yeah, outside again. Another kind of deep drag route, and then he cuts it upfield, it looks like. Scores a touchdown. I'll show that clip at the end for sure. Actually, I don't know if it still exists. I think it might have gotten taken down. All right, that's just a coverage bust, so I don't know there. Impress man, inside release. Good job. I like his hands upon release. He seems to chop well. That's a big hit, but secures the catch. First down. That's a good catch. This is like an underrated catch. This should be earlier in his film, I think. Because it's not like the cleanest of routes, right? Like you might want to see like a little bit more conviction there on this slant. He kind of rounds that off. So he has some improvement on his route running there. I mean, maybe maybe it's not like a traditional slant there, right? Like it's kind of like a little seam route or something. This is a really good catch with, with a guy getting his arm around your waist there, able to catch away from your body. Those are the kinds of catches that you just need from your outside wide receivers to catch on a daily basis. Here, good job getting some yards after the catch, right? Not something he's usually doing. A good little nifty move there. But he showcases some of that ability. Again, nothing too special from a route running perspective, just kind of going across the middle there. That's a good route. Splits two guys there. That guy's fast. Whoever number 1 is, watch out. I like him fighting for extra yards. That was a good route, though. Let's go back. Oops, not that far. Whoa, I went way too far. Whoa, I went way too far. Here we go. Yeah, so this is just a bad job from these defensive backs, right? It looks like he does a good job here eyeing up this guy like he's coming in for a block, right? You got the play action here. So he does a good job like making eye contact here. And you see this guy actually pointing to the other guy to take him. This guy's going to bite on the play action fake. And then he just times it really well to cut up when those guys are kind of right in limbo there, right? Boom. As soon as, it's not a run. Where is he? He's splitting you. So it's good timing. Good timing, good eyes. Nothing like truly special about the route. Like it doesn't show off a whole lot, but it shows good timing. And that's important. Oh, that's a good. So these are exactly the type of plays that I want to see more of. And that just, we've been missing. It's like 9 minutes in, right? More than that. And we just haven't seen enough of these little hitch routes. And that's great, right? It takes just a couple little stutters here. Boom, boom, boom. And he decelerates. He's ready for the catch. Thing I like, as soon as he catches here, watch his feet. So he's kind of leaving his feet to catch. He's setting up this guy. Right? Boom. He's setting up that defensive back by taking both feet off there. Then as soon as he plants, he's looking for yards after the catch. So that's good. That's good. He's not looking just to secure the catch. He's looking for extra yards. Here, a little contested slant. Good job. 2-for-1 block, TD. Yeah, good job. Good block. There, good block again. Stay engaged, though. That's one thing. He's looking back at the play. Don't do that. Don't do that. And his head is on the outside here on the block, right? I get it. The guy's inside, right? The defensive back lined up inside. But work on the inside himself, right? Work on the inside. Don't look back at the play, because what happens when he looks back at the play? Look at his hips. Him looking back, turning his head like that, his hips are now pointed open this way. And that makes it a lot easier for this defensive back to disengage, because he's no longer pushing him this way and has leverage with that. His leverage is pointed this way, which is actually right into where his running back is going. So just got to get a little bit better. I mean, he does a decent job recovering there. Could have maybe gotten called for holding, but just got to stay engaged there. Nothing too special on the out route, but good catch away from his body. Here, kind of a drag route. We lose him for a bit. Okay, a couple more clips here. Bottom of your screen. He kind of slips a little bit on that route, but good job catching through that. Right? It's not always going to be perfect. Not every route can be perfect. I like his physicality on that one. Able to get his hands on the guy. Right? It's a good job. Boom, boom. Just a little push there. A little subtle push. That'll rarely get called at the next level, because guys will have your hands all over him. So him having experience in doing that, and he is a more physical wide receiver, that's gonna be really good moving forward. Here's a really impressive catch. This should honestly be up there with his top highlights, because he does a good job stopping here. That ball is low and away towards the sideline, so he secures that. And notice how he runs, right? Like, he doesn't stop his feet. So traditionally, if he's expecting the ball where it should be, he shouldn't have to move to make this catch. He realizes it's outside of him, boom, and then he turns upfield. So he's doing a lot of things right here, where he runs the initial route pretty cleanly, a couple steps there. The ball is a little bit outside. He continues to move his feet to adjust to where the ball is, and then he turns upfield, fights for an extra yard or so. because of where that momentum took him. So that's good. Here again, across the middle. Securing that catch. Got one more, I think. On the outside, just a little fade. Able to go up. Face mask. I like the fight after the catch, right? He fights hard. Another slant. Yeah, I like that he doesn't go down, you know? He actually reminds me a little bit of Tariq Black. A little bit. Now that I think about it, a little bit of Tariq Black, right? Not a super burner, like a shorter version of Tariq Black. Maybe not the ceiling that Tariq Black had before his injuries, but a little bit of that. Okay, let's see. Is there the? Yes. Watch. So, who was it? Mike. Was that who asked for it? Who asked for his? Charles Jones. The video no longer exists. Okay, this was the tweet that had it. It's unavailable, so it's no longer there of him catching the McCarthy pass. But so my final thoughts here. I'll do this. This is a nice backdrop. My final thoughts. I'm higher on him now after fully watching his film and diagnosing it a little bit more than I was in my actual episode. I think dropping him to a middle of the road 3-star is extremely harsh. He struggled a little bit at Mater Dei, but Mater Dei is a powerhouse, and he was walking into a situation where there were already multiple established Power 5 level wide receivers on the roster. So it might have just not been the best situation for him. I think he'll have to just expand his skill set a little bit, his route tree. I don't think he's going to be a guy that will be like a Nico Collins, because I just don't think he's a 4.4 guy, and that's what Nico Collins is with 2 extra inches. I think Tariq Black is actually a decent comp, like a little bit less athletic version of Tariq Black. And I really like his physicality. I think he has good hands when getting off the break. I think he gets to his top speed relatively quickly. I think if he can keep that physical nature, add muscle to his frame while keeping the athleticism he does have, and then work more on 50-50 balls in general. I didn't see anything bad there. But I think he'll be a solid contributor on the outside. Will he be a superstar? I don't know, right? Without high speed, it's hard to really separate yourself. And I mean, Nico Collins, you couldn't even call him a real superstar, even though he had the skill set to be one, right? So it's hard to project these things. And his hands, how reliable are his hands? A lot of his reports for his camps were a little bit mixed, where it's he performed really well at this camp and then not as well as the other. 24/7 Sports dropping him out of the top 100 wide receivers overall is pretty crazy. It's pretty crazy. I like Andrel Anthony quite a bit, and I think Andrel Anthony's a bit underrated for sure. I don't think Cristian Dixon is a top 250 wide receiver. I think he deserves to be in the 300, 400 range overall. And Andrel Anthony probably around the 300 range. So that's kind of where I would put Dixon overall. But I mean, Dixon has a lot of experience competing at Mater Dei, right? If without the senior year, at least he had that for his junior year of competing against those guys at a high level program, and that'll suit him well early on. So I don't expect to see him much freshman year, barring any injuries, knock on wood. I would expect him to be a minor rotational piece in the following year, or maybe a second stringer. I could see him as a second stringer, as a redshirt freshman or sophomore if he does get more playing time this year. I think 2023 is when he'll look to break that higher level contributor guy. Okay, I think that's all I got. Any other questions, guys? Oh, for what I was going to, someone asked, who am I covering next? So let's pull up the list here. Let's pull up the list of Michigan 2021 recruiting class. Okay. So we did McCarthy, Edwards, El Hadi, Colson, Dixon, Andrel, Anthony. So I'll do a poll on the community tab. So check that out. We're down to Tristan Bounds, Tavier Dunlap, Raheem Anderson, and Greg Crippen. So those are the next 4 that we'll do. I'm trying to get the early enrollees out of the way before going into the letter of intent guys who will be coming this summer, because obviously I'll be getting to those later on in the summer. But lots of guys I'm excited to cover. It's an interesting class. So it'll be between Bounds, Dunlap, Crippen, and Anderson. I think I'm most interested in Crippen and Dunlap because I think they're both great. But yeah, I'm higher on Dixon than I was earlier today and while I was making that video. I think 24/7 is a little bit harsh. I think he is a little bit highly rated at 226. I'd put him closer to 350 or so. But he can contribute. I think he can for sure contribute, and I think he does have a place. So, guys, that's all I got. Throw a like on the video, subscribe if you haven't already. Honestly, it really, really, really helps if you guys subscribe to the channel. I appreciate any support on these. And tomorrow, doing an NFL draft live stream with the Anthony Broom man himself. Got some special guests coming on. So check that out. But anyways, guys, thank you for coming to hang out, and we will, I'll catch you on the next one. So check my Twitter at Steven Toski for the next poll, and the community tab. Vote on who you want to see next. Otherwise, have a good rest of your Wednesday. Go Blue.